Welcome to Party, April 16th, 2026.
All right, we've got some genuinely wild stuff happening in AI land today. Models are suddenly getting dumber across the board. Tennessee apparently wants to throw chatbot builders in prison for decades. And there's this fascinating little browser-based AI that's only 290 megabytes. Let's dive in. So, first up, there's this report from the local llama community that's honestly pretty concerning. Someone's noticed that as of mid-April, basically every major AI model has had what they're calling a major intelligence drop. We're talking Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, all of them apparently ignoring basic instructions, struggling with simple tasks, taking forever to respond, and giving really shallow outputs. The person described it as the models being in a, quote, grumpy mode, which is kind of a perfect way to put it. Now, my take is this could be a few things happening. Maybe the companies are all rolling back model capabilities for cost reasons. Like, running the smart versions is expensive, so they're serving cheaper, dumber versions to most users. Or maybe there's some kind of coordinated safety rollback happening behind the scenes. The timing is suspicious that it's happening across multiple companies simultaneously. What's really interesting is this person tested it in incognito mode, so it's not just user customization or memory affecting things. This actually connects to something I've been thinking about. We're so dependent on these models now that when they get worse, we really notice it. It's like if your phone suddenly got 50% slower overnight. You'd be furious, right? But with AI, we're still in this weird phase where the companies can just change the product whenever they want, and we have no real recourse. If you're building a business on top of these APIs, this kind of sudden degradation is terrifying. Okay, but that's nothing compared to what's apparently happening in Tennessee. There's a Reddit post claiming that Tennessee is about to make building chatbots a Class A felony with 15 to 25 years in prison. Now, this sounds completely insane. So, I want to be clear, this is being reported as a concern or interpretation, not something I've independently verified. But the post mentions specific bill numbers, NB 1455 and SB 1493, and claims it would criminalize anyone who knowingly trains AI to provide emotional support, act as a companion, simulate a human being, or engage in open-ended conversations. If this is real, and again, big if, this would be absolutely catastrophic for the entire AI industry. We're not just talking about companion AI apps. We're talking about every single chatbot, customer service AI, even basic conversational interfaces. The person posting this said it affects everyone from big AI companies to small developers building SaaS apps. My read is this sounds like someone took legitimate concerns about AI companions, potentially harmful to minors, and wrote the most heavy-handed possible legislation. But here's what's wild about the timing. This comes right as there's apparently a fight brewing between OpenAI and Anthropic over liability laws. There's a report that Anthropic has come out against a proposed Illinois law backed by OpenAI that would shield AI labs from liability if their systems cause large-scale harm, like mass casualties or over $1 billion in property damage. So you've got this weird situation where one state might be criminalizing basic chatbots, while another state is trying to protect AI companies from liability for actual catastrophic damage. This tells me we're entering this really messy phase of AI regulation, where different states are going to have completely contradictory approaches. Tennessee potentially criminalizing emotional support chatbots, while Illinois potentially shields companies from billion-dollar disasters. That's not a coherent policy framework. That's chaos. And if you're trying to build an AI business, you're going to have to navigate this patchwork of completely different legal environments. All right, let me end on something actually cool. There's this thing called Bonsai Point 7B that's apparently running locally in web browsers using web GPU, and it's only 290 megabytes. That's smaller than most mobile games, and it's a functioning language model. This is the kind of thing that gets me excited about the future, not because it's the most powerful AI, but because it's showing us what's possible when you optimize for efficiency instead of just throwing more compute at the problem. So we've got models getting dumber, laws getting crazier, and tiny models getting smarter. That pretty much sums up where we are in AI right now. Everything's happening at once, and none of it makes complete sense yet. Do your own research on these Tennessee and Illinois bills if you're in the AI space, because this stuff could actually affect your business. And keep an eye on whether those model degradation reports keep coming in, because that could signal a bigger shift in how these companies are operating. I'm Sam, and I'll catch you tomorrow with whatever chaos the AI world serves up next.